Why, hello, hello, successful souls. We made it. We are here with the Align with the Frequency of Wealth workshop. And I'm super pumped for today. This used to be a paid workshop that we hosted, but I'm a meditator. I sit there and I connect to my higher self, which you're going to hear a lot about today. I refer to as your inner feminine beast. And it was very clear to me that this is that presentation. This is that thing after connecting with so many of you and having calls and chatting and, following each other for amount of time, that this is the thing that I really know is going to help to create an impact. And that's what I like to do up here. Again, I'm very grateful that you are here, that you're being present with me. I do not take it lightly. I'm very humbled to be here. I do feel like this is my mission. I do feel like this is my purpose, to create a ripple effect that really leaves a legacy. So again, I want to talk about what I know you want to know more about. Hence, this is how this whole entire thing got inspired. So you are in the right place. We are at the Align with the Frequency of Wealth workshop. And of course, before we get started, I want to make sure you understand, why should I be freaking listening to this lady anyway? So like I said, I see many faces. We have friends, we have past clients, we have current clients, we have VIP clients, but I see a lot of new faces too. So definitely make sure you're using that chat. First time ever hanging out with me, let me know. Let me know. I'd like to say hi. Yes, Kathy, hello. Nice to see you. Reggie, I know you, girl, but maybe the first time here on a workshop live. I love it. I know you, Reggie. Patricia, you made it back. Awesome. A lot of new people. First time, Brenda, Jody, Cassandra, welcome to our world. Hi, Majorie. I can say that. Sorry about that. Butchered the name already. Hi, Lisa. All right. So let me tell you all formally, if this is your first time, who I am and what I'm all about. Okay. So I help successful women. These are entrepreneurs, executive women, to have clarity in order to take massively aligned action and hyperspeed the results. I'm that woman you come to when you really want to go fast. I love going fast. I'm super cheesy, but just recently we were watching, the Ricky Bobby movie. He says, if you ain't first, you're last. And I was like, damn, that's good, because that's how I feel sometimes. I like to go fast. I like to hyperspeed results. And I really, really enjoy up-leveling, obviously, in all areas of life to have success in multiple areas. So my job, and what I really feel is why I'm here, is I'm here to help women to see the possibilities, to have courage to say yes to their own success. But most importantly, it's not just about thinking, hoping, wishing, doing the mindset work, which is important. I'm the woman you come to when you really want to get it done and see it through. That's what I'm about. It's about leading by example. I will never, ever be up here telling you something that I have not purposely practiced and mastered, okay? Because that's what we're about mastering. It's not trying. It's not dabbling. It's not maybe someday I'll get to it. I'm figuring it out. It's about owning it, claiming it, and realizing how much power you have as an individual. Because whether or not, we're the CEO of a business, I really do feel that we all are the CEO of our lives. And I'm here to remind you of the power that you have and the ability to make decisions that can change your life. So financially speaking, since we are here talking about the wealth workshop, many of you know my story, but I have definitely been to the lowest of the lows. I believe in taking big risks. Big risks can lead to really big rewards. Sometimes they can lead you to falling flat on your face. I have been a woman who was completely bankrupt before, but now I am in the top 1%. After having that experience, which I like to let go, I worked my way up, and I hustled and I grinded and I did the thing. I climbed the corporate ladder. I became a very high earning executive corporate woman who was fired. Lost everything there as far as my pride and wondering what I was going to do. It's funny, if you asked me 2 years ago what I thought I'd be doing, I thought I was going to be the vice president for somebody else's company. That's what I was working towards. But the thing is, it's really nice. Yeah, I feel like some people say they have that in common. I know a lot of women have that in common. Our most recent podcast guest, Jamila Payne, a dear friend of mine, she had the same story. And I thought that was so interesting. But sometimes things don't go as we expect. And so, I decided as a metaphysical woman, as a woman who has a strong business background, to put these things together, to mix the practical with the intuition. And I created my company, Spiritual Success. Within my very fourth month of business, we became a six-figure company. In our sixth month, we became a multi-six-figure company. And then starting in our eighth month, we started having $70,000 cash months and been going up ever since. This is our second year of business, and I'm happy to say that we are trending to be a seven-figure company. The thing is, these numbers, I'm not going to lie, I have a sales background. They excite me. I love money. I love talking about money. I'm very comfortable with money. It excites me. It motivates me. But what this money means more than anything is obviously means that we are changing the planet. Our company is changing the vibration of this world. By us giving, we're receiving. And we have women every single day saying yes to their success. We have women every single day committing to being self-responsible, for having self-integrity, for being self-accountable, and really owning it, claiming it, and again, being the CEO of their life. They're no longer dabbling, trying, and they're coming to us and realizing that thing that I thought was so far away from now is just a story that I'm telling myself. And if I want to go fast, all I need to know is how to tune in, tap in, and remain consistently at the frequency of my higher self, which I refer to as my inner feminine beast. I'm all about the inner feminine beast. So here's the thing about today. I've been a businesswoman since I was 22 years old. We won't go deep into that, but my goodness, I've had some really big girl positions very young. So I've had a lot of tears, a lot of moments where my head was handed to me, got kicked around very early, but it made me strong and it made me understand business in a very masculine way. I went to school for business. I have worked with some of the top business consultants in the world. We're talking about 7, 8-figure women, a lot of which you probably follow, listen to. I've been in there teaching them sales and how to pivot online and be able to implement these new social selling tactics. Even today, I work with several multi-7-figure women, teaching their sales teams how to really, make a greater impact. But what we're covering today is not something I ever learned in business school. It's certainly something that was not ever taught to me in a boardroom in my executive positions. And even with all of the business consultants that I personally have invested with, because I know many of you have done this as well, none of them taught me the material that we're covering here today. And that's exactly why I feel called to talk about it. That's why I wanted to bring it here. This is really important. And I think it's fun because it's not a coincidence that you're here, but I love being interactive. So get your hands ready. This is what we do around here. Use the chat. But out of curiosity, who here is an entrepreneur woman? Woo! That's what I thought. Awesome. I love it. Welcome, welcome. Who here is an executive woman? Me, lots of me's. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So we're leaders. We're leaders in our businesses at work. We're leaders in our families. If you're like me, I got 2 little ones. I have a mom that I'm, supporting, taking care of. I'm a leader in my community. It all comes to us. And we know what to freaking do, okay? We've been trained since we were young to go, do. I can handle it. Give me more. I'm the one. If anybody's going to do it, I can do it. I can manage all of it. I can handle all of this. That's only going to get you so far. We've all heard of burning out. We've all heard of those moments of just feeling completely overwhelmed. And we can do all that we want to do. And some of us have gone to the point where we feel really good. But if you're like me, I know what that feeling feels like, where you have that burning in your chest. The best way I can describe it is almost like there's this freaking imaginary funnel. Oh, I hate this funnel, where it's like sitting on the top of your head like this. And it's like all these things you desire and want are sitting right here. Damn it. How do you open that thing? How does it actually come and pour in? You just know there's more. And you're allowed to feel that way. I want you to feel that way. But what's important is that we realize today has a lot of information, but what I want for you is to have a lot of transformation. Nothing outside of you. Nothing outside of you. No system, no strategy. Trust me, I've learned them all there with you. No person, no mathematical equation, no launch, conversion style, whatever it is, nothing outside of you is truly going to be the source of your success and happiness. It's understanding that you go first and everything responds. everything that you learn today isn't going to be the systems and strategies, the step-by-step mechanical things. I'm going to give you steps, but it's going to be very different. It's going to be talking about the frequency, the energy behind all of it. Because if you don't know this stuff, none of that stuff works. That's how this works. So what are we going to be covering today? I want to make sure we all know exactly what to expect here at the Aligning with the Frequency of Wealth workshop. So first of all, I want to make sure today we're really talking about, I'm glad you're excited. Heck yeah, says Karina. Awesome. Today, it's really about how to embody. I cannot wait to talk about this because so many people are missing this huge part of manifestation. It's how to embody your inner feminine beast, which again, I'll go into greater detail, to really match and attract the frequency of wealth with flow and ease. And, I think of particular clients when I say that out loud, but my brain goes right away to one of my dearest friends and client of mine, who many of you know as the gold digger girl, right? Little smiles coming up right away. My dear friend, Kimberly Olson, and, working with her inside our container, the spiritual success experience, she's a badass woman. Okay. I mean, top 25 podcasts, 5 best-selling books. Like we can't, right? Everyone's like, yes, we love Kimberly. She was having $267,000 cash months already. Like, whew. Some of us are like, okay, why would we need more? Because she's worthy. And every time that she's earning, she's serving and she's helping so many other people. Within a few short months, learning how to pivot, how to adjust her frequency to align with the frequency of wealth and her inner feminine beast, she's now at more than $370,000 cash months consistently. Kimberly Olson was her name, one of my best friends as well. So switching, pivoting, tuning in makes all the difference. And I'm going to make sure you understand exactly what that freaking means when you leave here today. So also, I want to teach you today how to gain support of the universe. Such a difference maker in creating the new standard. So I also want to make sure gaining the support of the universe. This is in order to have that consistent income level. It's not just getting it once and then dropping, getting it once and then dropping. It's making sure that you create a new standard. So right away too, this goes to one of my clients that I think of during pandemic, right? We've all have dealt with this. This is so frustrating, but a lot of our online businesses are not the same. I remember one of my clients, Katie, she, decided to start a second company, and it was through alignment, through tuning in, through switching, that all of a sudden within this new company that came out, coming to and through her, literally channeled, experienced her first 6-figure cash day. Like 6-figure cash day. I want to make sure today that you're learning how to visualize. And we'd heard about this, but visualize how to bring money into the physical realm. And if you're like, the realm, Cynthia, what are we talking about here? I can't wait. I'm about to open your mind to the fact that there's so many different ways to be working, not only in the physical, but in the mental and the spiritual realms when it comes to manifesting. And then, of course, I like to say cash is queen. Cash is queen, right? Some people say cash is king, but in our world, we love to say cash is queen. So here, I want to make sure that we are learning how to have cash infusions, large cash infusions. And again, these aren't things that's like, oh, maybe someday we'll get to it if it feels right. And again, when I think of people, this is like Raina. Does anybody here know Raina? I love her. She's an attorney for women's rights. And she started her own company out of alignment, learning to shift again and tune into the frequency, where in her 5th month of business, 5th month of starting to coach and help women who are in trauma and to build healthy relationships, she started having 5-figure cash days. And this is not business consulting. This is not me teaching sales strategy. This is not, really going over the step-by-step on how to make sales. This is understanding all of that is not going to do anything for you if you don't understand the energy. You are a physical body, but you're an energetic body first. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. So it's really understanding the full picture of how that works, so you get the most of everything that you're doing every single day. I want you to be the CEO of not just your business, but of your life, constantly looking for the biggest returns, making sure you're really respecting your energy and learning to work with it and not have it work against you. And again, what I really want you to do is walk away today with an understanding of energy and money and all the steps. We're going to go over the steps today on how you can take immediately action now to have your money breakthroughs. Welcome, Trisha. I'm happy you're here. Hi, Fernanda. And so everyone knows, I want you to have an open mind. I want you to really absorb this content. I really want you to feel it out, because at the end of today's presentation, there is going to be an opportunity to be working with me in my container. And I just want to make sure that you are feeling it, that you're open to it, and that you can look forward to that after today's presentation. So before we get started, like I said, I'm going to have that sip of water. You can get out your worksheets. You know, I love it. Give me that hashtag inner feminine beast. Love that. Ladies, if you are watching on Facebook, come join us inside the Zoom by clicking the link above. All right, so we have out our worksheets and we are ready to rock and roll. Here we go. First and foremost, this is super, super, super important that we address, okay? Just so you know, whenever I'm doing VIP days and coaching on business, or if I'm working, you know, with sales teams and things like that, the very, very, very first thing that we do has nothing to do with sales strategy, has nothing to do with making money. It has everything to do with adjusting frequency. It has everything to do with aligning with our higher selves. It's all about having clarity and making sure that we are in alignment. That is really what I spend the first, probably third of our time together session about. And everyone's like, "Why? I thought we were here to..." No, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you do. It's who you are when you do it. And so before we get started today, I really feel like it's important to understand that honest and courageous self-reflection leads to your awareness. Until we have a greater understanding of where we stand in the process, we can never grow forward. You often hear me say, acknowledge it, embrace it, see it through. This is my life mantra. It's not just my cute little tagline that I sign off with. It's all about acknowledging that our past is our story, but it does not define us. It's about embracing right here, right now as an opportunity to learn something new, to make a pivot, to shift and tune in. It's your choice to decide. But most importantly, you must see it through. Consistency and repetition is the key to success. So I have a really important question that I want you to have sink in for a second. When I first say it, you're going to be like, okay, what? How do I answer this? I'm not sure. But I'm going to ask you this question over and over and over again throughout today. And by the end of it, I really want you to understand it and be able to answer it. So my question, I suppose, for you is, who are you? Who do you want to be? And what is the difference? I see babies on the screen. We love it. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And what is the difference? What is the difference? Because here's the thing. Most of you already know this, and I don't have to spend time on this, because if you're here right now hanging out with me, if you've been following me for a little bit, you know this about me, and I already know I don't have to spend time. But just in case, we all need to realize we're not victims. None of us here is a victim. No one. Everything in this life is not happening to us. It's happening for us, by us. Everything. And if that's hard to really align with right now, I invite you to come and be vulnerable and have an open mind. If that really pisses you off, you're going to hate the rest of this presentation. Okay. So you might want to leave now, just being honest. All right. Just being for real. We don't mess around with that. Okay. My job is to hold you accountable. When you share with me what the highest version of your vision looks like, I hold you to that standard. You are not a victim. I used to think I was a victim, and I am not. Now, here's the thing too. Most of them are like, oh God, yeah, I know that. I know I'm control of my destiny. I know that I'm divine being. I know that I can manifest. I'm actually getting pretty good at it. Awesome. But you also have to remember, again, no system, no person, no source, nothing outside of you will ever be the source of your success or happiness. So if you feel like you've plateaued, if you feel like there's no more you can possibly do, it's about shifting. It's about pivoting. It's not blaming. And it's not about reacting. It's about having self-responsibility. What is that? Ability to respond. We're not reacting. So everything here today is helping you to have that self-integrity, to have that self-accountability, and to remember your truth and what it takes to make the change, be the change you wish to see. So before we get started, I need you to take a little oath with me. It's even on your worksheets, but it's really important as we're going through this, in-depth, high-level conversation that we all agree. I am vulnerable and I am willing. I promise you, from a woman who has failed over and over and over and over again, that I don't regret a single second of it. That my biggest superpower, your biggest superpower in life, is vulnerability. Are you willing to be vulnerable? One of the best advice that I ever got was from a previous mentor and a previous boss of mine. And on day one, I was terrified. I had no idea what I was doing. I got this really big position and I'm just shaking in my boots. I'm surprised I didn't throw up during the meeting. But I remember she sat down with me and she said to me on day one, and this is something that I actually say to all of my clients, and I even say it to my team. And excuse me, I have the channel sometimes. So if you got little kids around, just earmuffs for a second, Candy. My boss gave me full permission to fuck up. She's like, I gave you full permission to fuck up, which means to make mistakes. If I made it again, well, now we got to talk, right? But I realized that if I'm ever going to get out of my comfort zone, I have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, which means I'm going to make mistakes. And as soon as she gave me that permission, I took off and I started applying that in all areas of my life. So the things that we're learning today are going to be a lot different than anything you've ever been taught about money. And I just want to make sure that we understand that and that you're vulnerable, you're open-minded, you're willing to listen to it, you're willing to apply it, because what good is information if you do not take transformation? So on your worksheets there, I want to start. I am vulnerable and I am willing. All right, let's talk about it, because I know a lot of you are like, I really hope she addresses this. And trust me, I am. That's why we're here. Ready? I remember when I first heard about money being energy. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I get that. But actually, I don't. I do get, wait. I mean, yeah, money's energy, but
oh my God.
Can you actually explain that to me? Like, what does that actually mean? Like, all right, so let's talk about what it even means for wealth to be a frequency. And by the way, this is really important. There's a difference between being rich and there's a difference between being wealthy. Rich, we're talking about money. Notice this doesn't say the workshop in line with being rich. It's about being wealthy, which means this is abundance of all things that are good. All right. So one of the most amazing compliments I ever got in my life was from one of my current mentors, Tara. She said to me, Cynthia, you are the wealthiest woman I know because of the love that you have in your life. And I really thought about that. So just so you know, when we're talking about everything here, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So it's not just money. Okay. Love and money are the same energy. It's the same frequency. And we'll get more into that. But I remember learning in the beginning, okay, how exactly is money energy? I don't really understand exactly. Well, what's funny is if you think about it, we don't usually see money in the physical form. We don't usually see it that way. Yeah, we have cash, but I mean, how often do your clients pay you in cash? Like never, right? When you pay your mortgage, you're not handing over a big wad of cash. You have, these digital numbers and your phone goes ding, 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 ding. We love when that happens. Ding, ding, cha-ching. Love that. But it's an energy. It's a frequency. The best way to describe this is my radio wave example. We're going to pretend you're going to go in your mind right now that you're walking out to your car. And when you sit down in your car, you can turn on the FM radio. The funny part is I don't know who actually still does that. Does anybody still listen to FM? I feel like I'm always listening to podcasts or Pandora or something, but we all remember the Stone Age when we used to do that. Okay. So how do we do this? We turn on the radio. We hit the button. And at first it's like, shh, shh, shh. So you got to adjust the dial. So all of a sudden you adjust the dial, which means you change the frequency of the radio wave. You know, that thing you cannot see. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? It's a frequency. Remember, if we could see all the frequencies, like the radio waves, the gamma waves, the microwave, we'd be sitting here like freaking out, talking like this to each other. Thank God we can't see them. But if you're in your car and all of a sudden you turn on the radio and you're hearing static, you need to adjust it, and you adjust it, and then you go to your favorite station. What happens is you tune in, but not only do you tune into that station, it locks on that frequency. It remains there. And on this station, what happens is that you love everything. It's like they play your favorite jams. They always have the best music. You're always singing. You're that lady when I look in my rearview mirror who's like there by herself, like going like this, right? That's your favorite station. On that station, you love the host. The hosts have you cracking up. You're like almost spitting out your coffee. You feel like they're your best friends because you listen to them all the time. You even love the flipping commercials. The commercials are like selling you exactly what you want. I was just thinking of a new hair straightener this morning. By the way, this is a new hair straightener. Like what? You're like, yes. How did you know? That is your jam. That is your station. That is the frequency. When you are tuned in consistently to it, you receive everything in the physical that you can hear. So you can experience it here. And it's exactly the way you want it. Now, what happens is something happens. Perhaps, I don't know, somebody else gets in the car. I don't know, you accidentally hit the steering wheel and it triggers, the button. And all of a sudden, the station changes. You're like, wait, let me get my station back. But instead, you land on a different station. Now you're on country. The thing is, just so you know, disclaimer, I love country. That's why I pick country so I can make fun of it. But let's say you don't like country. You're listening to country music and it's like bang, 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 right? You're listening to it. You're like, what the hell are they? Bourbon? Like, I don't do that. Like, okay, wait, hold on. They're talking about banjos. They're talking about their dog dying, pickup trucks. Like, this is not my jam. What the hell? And all of a sudden, they have the host and you don't understand anything they're talking about. And the commercial is talking about a local rodeo that's happening. You're like, what in the world? You don't like being here. You don't like being tuned into this frequency. Nothing about this you like. So does that mean your station that you originally were on doesn't exist anymore? No, it's still there. We remember when we were younger in high school, we listened to Einstein, right? Nothing is created, nothing's destroyed. Everything you desire, you don't have to create. It already exists. You just have to align with it. It's up to you to go and adjust and change the frequency. Only you are going to be the one. You're the only one in the car now. You can't yell at the car, can't blame the car, can't blame your friend who already left, who's the one who changed it. It's up to you to shift the frequency back to that station where everything you love can come to here and you can experience it in the physical. The thing is, though, most important, this is the part people forget, because you can tune in, tap in whenever. You have to remain there. You have to keep the vibration going consistently. That's the most important part. And so when you tune in to where you receive everything you love, this is where I like to refer to as the fact you're tuning in to your inner feminine beast. Now, inner feminine beast is not just this cute little tagline that I have as my brand. Inner feminine beast is truly the embodiment, which we're going to talk a ton about, of my soul. She knows how to go, go, go. She knows how to do the thing. You can count on her to get it done, but she also knows that she's supported. She also knows that she needs to slow down to reap her rewards. Really, what the inner feminine beast is your higher self. She's the version of you that has the courage, the power, the strength, and the clarity to get it done and to see it through. So when you feel like you're stuck in that maze from the day to day, like, damn, I got to do these things. I got that podcast episode. I got 3 recordings I have to do. I have to meet that meeting. What time do the kids have to be picked up? That's you being stuck in the maze, forgetting that you're on the wrong station. You can always tune in, tap into her, where she's looking down on the maze. She already has everything you desire. She is that radio station where you love everything in your life. This is what we're talking about by tuning in. When you tune into your inner feminine beast, you are tuning into the frequency of wealth. where, again, avalanches of abundance are waiting for you. So I promise today, we are talking about money, but this is what you need to learn to know about money that no one has really told you. So we talk about embodiment. A lot of people ask me, Cynthia, what does it mean? You say that you're, a business consultant, you say that you're a spiritual success mentor, but you also say that you're an energetic embodiment coach. Like, what does that even mean? Here's the thing. It's not what you do that matters. It's who you are when you do it. I'm telling you, I have worked literally and coached thousands of women. And I have noticed a huge difference in the return of their output, getting the biggest return on their investment of their time. And when you show up like, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing this, guess what? You get people in return who don't feel like replying to you. When you show up as the highest version of you that says, whose life am I going to change today? How do I serve? What am I doing this for? What is my purpose? Whose life am I going to change today? And where's my money at, right? Because when I give, I'm allowed to receive. When you show up as the highest version of you, you get a completely different result. You get a completely different return. So when we talk about embodying, this is where I want to dive into the ideas of different realms. What you see in front of you right now, let's go ahead and look around. Look around. If you're like me, I have my desk, got my ring lights up here. I got my laptop that I'm talking to you on. I have beautiful flowers for my birthday in here. I have all these different things. We always notice the physical, which is interesting, the physical hard things. But what's funny is we don't ever really pay attention to the fact there's so much space in between. Look around. There's so much more space than there is things. If you have a window where you're at, just look outside. You see some cars and other houses, but like, whoa, there's a lot of space. Thank you. Thank you for birthday wishes. The thing about the physical, the things that you see here in the physical, they're not who you are. What you see right now does not define who you are. It is not who you are. It's who you were. See, if something is in the physical realm, it's the last phase of manifestation. Think about it. All your past thoughts, all your past feelings, and certainly all of your past actions got you to where you're at right now. So what you're seeing right now isn't who you are, it's who you were. If you don't like this, we have to change it. But it first starts with our thoughts and our feelings, right? And then which leads to aligned actions to get aligned results. Crystal's like, this is sinking in, having an epiphany. Well, we're just starting. Okay, it's going to get real. Okay, so that means if we don't like the stuff in front of us, it means we're on the wrong station. Y'all are listening to country when you want to be over here. So you first have to adjust. And notice you adjust. You don't just automatically go to the next one. We're talking about the old school, okay? When you had to like tune in when the little bar was going across to the radio. So you need to adjust. So sometimes things are happening up here before we notice anything here. So let's talk about these other realms so you understand. Physical is what you see right now. It's not who you are. It's the last phase of manifestation. Then what happens is you come and you're in the mental realm. This is where you think. Everyone's saying mindset, right? How many there's mindset coaching, mindset. And I teach mindset and I love mindset. But again, this is talking about embodiment, how important it is. Mindset is important, but it's only one part of the formula. I'll show you why. Because above the mental realm is the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm is where all things are possible. It's literally like a sea of potentiality. Like as gorgeous and amazing and as bright and educated and intelligent as all of us women are, our little human brains can't even fathom the infinite amount of possibilities that are up there. Again, I remind ourselves we're 5% conscious, we're 95% subconscious, which to me means that we're 5% human, 95% spirit. Okay, our 5% conscious mind can't understand what's going on. But how do we get up there? How do we experience the spiritual? Well, we meditate, of course. And I'm sure all of you have a disciplined meditation practice, right? Yes, yes. And if not, we have to change that because that will help you to go up there. So once you go up there, you don't have to understand it because your brain's not going to understand it, but you just tune into every day because meditation is to your soul what food and water is to your body. It's that important to, if you want to experience down here your fullest, you need to learn how to access up there. So you go into the spiritual realm where all things are possible. And then what happens is you start living your day and you start getting ideas. These ideas come to you. When an idea comes to you, get excited. Get really, really excited. Because you didn't just like come up with that. Remember, nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. It's not a coincidence. If you experience it in your mind, it is real. That's what Picasso says. And Disney says, oh, here you go. Ta-da. Keep it in my office all the time. I'm a huge Disney fan. If you can dream it, you can do it, right? What are they talking about? Here's the thing. If you can experience it in your mind, it is real. It's just not yet here in the physical. So your job is to protect what happens in your mind through positive mindset, right? That's what a lot of us are learning, because otherwise, whatever you feed it is what it's going to get back. It's a game of boomerangs. So I always say, starve the doubt, feed your inner feminine beast. If it comes to your mind, you can't all of a sudden be like, oh, there's no way that will happen. How will that happen? How is this going to happen? That's not going to work. We know that through mindset coaching. We have to be excited when it comes into the mental because it means we aligned with it up here. And now it's in the second phase of manifestation. It's now here. But if you want to bring those things here, you have to understand universal laws and concepts. There's a law that is the law of correspondence. It says, as above, so below, which also is as within, so without. So if you can see yourself being a wealthy, wealthy, wealthy woman, if you can see all the things that you want, have clarity, what it is that you desire here, clarity is everything. When you can see that here, how do you get it here into the physical around you? You have to be comfortable with embodying this energy, which means bringing that mental energy into your physical body. And we're going to talk about step by step on how to do this today. But most importantly, what this means is moving your actual body. You adjusted the frequency to maintain on what you want. You're not feeding the doubt. You're only feeding the things you want. You're working on your mindset, positivity, positivity, positivity. But now you have to move your body to adjust to that frequency too, which means you have to take aligned action to get an aligned result. Not just any action, because any action will get you any result. Aligned action to get aligned results. So this is something I wanted to explore because some of us are, like, all right, Cynthia, like, I hear this a lot. As soon as I become as confident as you, then sure, I will take that action. That's not how this works, okay? You have to take the actions to become confident. And I wanted to just take a second to talk about this because I thought this was fun. I want to talk about some of the most successful divas, queens, like most amazing, phenomenal women in the world and how they tune in and tap in to their frequency of their inner feminine beast. So you can see on your worksheets here that, of course, I had to bring up Beyonce, all right? Beyonce, does anybody not know Beyonce? If so, leave. Just kidding. But no, we all know Beyonce, right? All right, so Beyonce, if you look at this is her album cover. I think it was 2017. This is a Grammy Award winning album. And it's very small. That's why we blew it up for you. But it says, Beyonce, I am Sasha Fierce. Now, many of you probably already know about this, but if not, this is interesting. Beyonce Knowles has been interviewed so many times where she says, she says she's Beyonce Knowles, okay? Not Beyonce. Beyonce Knowles says that she's an extremely shy person. She swears she's an introvert. She literally chokes up and wants to throw up and like hates me in the limelight when she thinks about it. She lives a very private life. You don't even see her in the tabloids. You don't see her right? Or hold on. Beyonce. Are we talking about the same Beyonce? The one that literally blew up the Super Bowl? Wait, this one? Are we talking about this one? Are you talking? No, there's no way that she's an introvert. I call BS. No. She has her inner feminine beast. And she knows how to tune in and tap into her. And she likes to name her Sasha Fierce. I'm getting a lot of yes, we love Beyonce. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Beyonce Knowles lives her life here because this is where she feels comfortable. But when she has to show up and when she has to take aligned action to get aligned results, she knows how to tune in, tap in, and remain on the frequency of her higher self, her inner feminine beast. And I was going to show movies and stuff today, but we don't got time for that. Right. So we're going to move along, but you can look it up. She's on Oprah talking about, oh my God, I'm so shy. Like you have no idea. She's sitting there like this. And then she's like, I turn into Sasha Fierce. Let's look at example number 2 today. Anybody ever hear of Carrie Underwood? God, I love me some Carrie Underwood. See my SSE girl. Hi, Tammy. All right. So this is the most amazing picture. Okay. We're going to look at this for a second. Ta-da! On your worksheets. On your left, there's Carrie Underwood trying out for American Idol. I feel like I can go back in my mind and still remember that. And come on, hello. There's definitely IFB here because she's trying out for American Idol. Look at this picture on the left. Look at this picture on the right. Okay, so look here. I get it. All right. Cynthia, she's like super wealthy now. You know, that outfit is probably like Gucci or something. Not to mention her makeup is to the T, and that is an amazing spray tan. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about how she looks. I want you to see her posture. Look at her posture from then to tuning into here. Here, she is embodying her inner feminine beast. She's going from this to this, right? It's completely different. She's embodying this energy in a different way. She's tuning in and obviously doing it over and over and over consistently with repetition. She's doing it again and again, maintaining the frequency. You can see the difference between where she was and where she's at. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And what's the difference? You can think all you want. You can hope, you can wish, you can pray. You can do all those things. It's about embodying. And it's about aligning and taking aligned action to get aligned results. I have another one for you real quick, just so I want to beat you up. Okay. Like I'm literally sinking this into your head. Okay. All right. So here's one for you. This is from an article, protour.com. Ready? She has the voice of a sultry angel, a figure Bocelli would likely have spent hours painting, eyes that seem to peer into the soul and career that most singers envy. Adele. Everybody know Adele? Okay. By the way, I'm getting my makeup done next week, and literally she's my inspiration. I sent it to the makeup artist. I was like, I want to look like Adele. Adele, one of the most famous singers of the 21st century, has spent significant time in the public eye and has sold millions of records. And she has stage fright. She released her second studio album, 21, in early 2011. The album was critically well received and surpassed the success of her debut, earning the singer numerous awards in 2012. Among them, a record-tying 6 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year, 2 Brit Awards, including British Album of the Year, and 3 American Music Awards. The album has been certified 16 times platinum and is the 4th best-selling album in the UK of all time. In the US, it has held the top position longer than any album since 1985 and is certified diamond. The album has sold over 31 million copies worldwide. And the thing about Adele is that she said it to so many people. She throws up before every single show. She told Rolling Stone magazine that she once escaped her own show before she went out down the fire ramp. So since then, she's actually hired a team to force her on stage. So again, it's not about waiting to be confident. It's doing the thing to become confident. And sometimes it never gets easier. Before today, I'm still like sweating, right? I'm talking about these higher concepts to a room full of women. You're presenting, you're helping, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Fear is your GPS. It never disappears. It never goes away. So it's not about, pushing through the fear. It's about learning how to walk gracefully with it, embodying it, choosing to say that this isn't something that's scary. This is something that's actually exciting. How do you do that? You just switch from the scary station to the exciting station. It's a choice in your mind. It's a decision. And, I was going to go on and talk about Lady Gaga, but I think we're all getting the point now, okay? Because Lady Gaga is my favorite, all right? I think y'all kind of got that and knew that. But she has these stories too. I want to give a shout out. I can't not, for my SSE ladies who are here, shout out to Noelle, right? Noelle is a woman who is my oldest client, actually. She is an attorney for the state of Texas. And she's like, you know what? I should be retiring now, but I don't want to. I feel like there's so much more of my purpose. And her husband's significantly older. He's 85 now. So she's looking at life a little bit differently. And she's like, you know what, Cynthia, I wanted to do something completely different. Do you think within 6 months, you and I can get together and I can start my own company? First of all, starting this company would mean moving across the country. Do you think we can do this in 6 months? She tuned in, and through accountability is maintaining the frequency. I love it. She says life is her runway and she wears her purple heels walking it, right? She has these amazing purple heels that she brings to her meetings. But here's the thing. Not only did she move across the country, have courageous conversations, convince her husband to go with her and start and set up for success before she even got there, she did it in 4 weeks, right? Completely sold her house, packed up everything. And yes, I made her throw away half the shit because it doesn't serve her anymore or donate it. But she did it and got up and went because she's the CEO of her life. Nothing's happening to her, everything's happening for her, by her. And it ain't over. We're just adjusting the frequency. We're changing it. We're doing something different. This is what I mean to not just think and prepare, because there's a difference between preparing and stalling. You have to take aligned action. You have to be your inner feminine beast in your body now. Now, embody your inner feminine beast. How do you do that? Well, I'm so happy you asked. Here we go. Ready? Here's the steps. We're going to start breaking down. Cynthia, wait, hold on. Am I in the right class? I thought this was a money class. Is this a money class? It is, all right? Trust me. These are the things they did not teach you that I promise you got to know. Because this next part, you're going to be like, what? You sure? Yes. Ready? Here we go. Ready? First thing, when it comes to embodying the frequency of wealth, your inner feminine beast, is that you have to be comfortable in your body. You have to be comfortable in your body. There's no strategy outside of you again. I don't care if you learn the strategies because that's all here. You want to bring things here? You have to be comfortable with this. And a lot of us are like, oh, where are we going? Oh, no. Trust me, been there. Remember, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing. So these are the things that I personally mastered and I spent a lot of time on. Again, I thought this was a money class. It is, I promise it is. But money is a relationship. It starts with you. You go first and money responds. And if you want to bring the energy of money here into the physical, then you have to work with you in the physical. Because I'm going to tell you something. Me and my body, we've been through some shit. We've been through some shit. I mean, I'm somebody who's lost 75 pounds. And, I had 2 babies, which many of us, have gone through as well. I had 2 emergency C-sections. That wasn't fun. Oh, great. I was 22 when this happened, when all of my, CrossFit girlfriends, damn them, are walking around in their little string bikinis and stuff. And I'm sitting here like asking myself, what's wrong with me? It doesn't matter how many push-ups they do, how many things they do. Like, why don't you look the way you want to look? And I'm newly married at 22 and I look like this and my husband, does he love me? And other things I would say to my body. You're ugly. You're not good enough. God damn it. You work so hard. Why do you still look this way? What can change? Like why don't you look like everybody else? Like, oh my God, like I'm never gonna look the same. You do as much work as possible, but you don't look, what's funny? Like I said, everything in life's a relationship. You have a relationship with your body. You have a relationship with money. You obviously have relationships in your relationships. Imagine if you had a partner and you told your partner, you're not good enough. It doesn't matter how much you do, you're not good enough. What if you told your partner, you know what, everybody's better than you? What if you told your partner that, it's just like, I'm never going to be satisfied with you no matter what you do? How is that relationship going to work out? That's what we do to ourselves. That's what we say to ourselves. And yet we get mad that nothing we want is here in the physical. Well, hello. If you're somebody who's constantly in your mind, you're constantly talking negative in your mind too. You're experiencing negative here. But the thing is, if you don't want to be in your body, you can't manifest here in the physical. I had to do a lot of inner work. I had to have a lot of help. I had to have people help me to love myself and really get comfortable in being in my body. And it's funny because so many people are like, Cynthia, what the hell? You work out 5-6 days a week? Yeah, I do. But like that has nothing to do with it. And it doesn't matter what somebody else says about you or, it's how you feel. And so the very first step to manifesting a wealth is feeling good and comfortable in your body. Now, I usually have everybody say this on camera with me, but for the time's sake, I'm going to move through this. But look, these are things that I did every day. I put these on sticky notes. I stick them all over the place. Okay. I want to make sure that you are saying these things. And even if you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cheesy, this is so weird. No, change that. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be willing. When you say these things in your mind with me right now or out loud with me, I want you to see what comes to you. The thing is, you can't judge it. You don't judge it. You don't label it. You're not having feelings about your feelings. You're just observing what is coming to you when you say these things. And you have this on your worksheets. And again, in order to bring higher callings, desires, and money into the physical, we must be comfortable and in tune with being in the physical by connecting to our bodies. So the thing is, I feel good in my body. Yeah. I feel at home in my body. And as serious as I'm being right now, I always laugh because when I say home, my Delawarean comes out. It's in the O's, home. I really think that's kind of fun. Home, home. I am home in my body. I feel supported in my body. It's funny, this whole time, everyone's tuned in, taking notes, the chat's going off, and I love it. But who here, honestly, throughout the entire last hour that we've been together, thought about what the chair feels like underneath your hiney? Oh yeah, when did that get there? When's the last time you actually felt your body? Rub your feet on the ground right now. When you type, do you feel with your fingertips? And I know when you're in the shower, you're thinking about that meeting before you have that meeting. You're thinking about the hot date you're about to go on. You're thinking about that thing you got to do. And damn, that girl, I got to have that conversation, right? All these things. When's the last time you're feeling the water? You want to bring things into the physical? You're going to have to get physical. You're going to have to get in the physical. Pay attention, because here's the thing. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, but I remind you, you are still human. You are one with the elements. You must, in order to, not just go meditate to escape. You can't use spirituality to frolic about and not deal with what's in front of you. My company is called Spiritual Success because I want you to have all the success here in the physical by understanding how to utilize spirituality to bring it here. That's what we're talking about when we're saying embodying. Bring it into your body so you can bring everything that you desire into the physical. Again, I'm supported in my body. I feel sexy in my body. That one was the hardest one for me. But now I encourage you to say it with me. I feel fucking sexy in my body, okay? I did that work. I feel good in my body. This is the things that work. My body serves me and helps me to manifest my desires in the physical. See, I used to meditate all day. I used to read all day. I used to work with every mentor all day, did all the mindset every day. I used to, journal all the time, all these things. But none of that matters if you don't know how to feel good and comfortable in your body and take aligned action. Step 1 to aligning with your inner feminine beast and aligning with the frequency of wealth is feeling comfortable in your body. What's really interesting is nobody's ever taught me that. What? I am working as the top business consultant in the world. I am the senior sales manager working with 7 and 8 figure clients. I am at business school. I went to University of Delaware, right? Which just always cracks me up because I went to school for marketing with a minor in advertising. And I literally had a flip phone in college. Like, great. My whole business is on social media now. So that was awesome. But never once in all of those classes and hundreds of thousands of dollars that I spent to go there, did they teach me about getting comfortable in my body? No wonder shit wasn't working the right way. Well, here we are. I think about it. And a lot of you have gone through this too. We've experienced this together where we look at business, and even being at business school, I remember there was probably a quarter amount of women in the room. When I was 22, I told you I became an executive at a very young age. I used to be the state portfolio manager for Jim Beam Brands. I was 1 out of 4 women in the world, and I was the youngest in that position. I had 13 interviews to get that position. I literally was called to the office once a month, at least, to say that I was being sexually harassed or somebody reported that again, because I was just surrounded by men. I rocked my cheetah still back then, had my bright blonde hair and everything too, but that's not okay. I still was number 1 in sales. I still got my team to number 1 in the nation back to back to back. But how did I do it? By doing what the boys taught me. I can keep up with the boys. I can go harder than them. I can do more than them. Watch, trust me, I can do it. I can handle it. I might cry when no one's looking, but nobody else knows that because we're taught when it comes to business that it's so patriarchal. We're taught that it's so mechanical, so technical. Everyone's teaching you the step-by-step by strategy, this launch. Everyone's talking for you to be super analytical, super logical. Everyone's talking about leading with conviction and dominating, right? It's like, that's what it is. Produce more, go, go, go. I literally had a meeting one time, and I kid you not, and this still blows my mind, where my boss was sitting there at 2:00 in the morning and told me, Cynthia, gun to your head, where's your next sale? Because I had to make sales that day to catch up. Gun to my, how did I create this reality where we're having these conversations? It's like, what? This is masculine. Now, there's nothing wrong with masculine. Masculine's important, but we're doing way too much of that in our everyday lives. The good news is I really believe we're waking the fuck up. I really do that. I believe the divine feminine is coming back, and it starts with you. It starts with conversations like these about understanding that our bodies are the feminine energy here in the physical, about being comfortable in our body. And that it's not just doing, that's the beast. We have to embrace the feminine, which is realizing that we can work with so much more, work with our spiritual selves, work with our intuitive selves. And again, I used to host classes like this where sometimes there would be up to 700 women on these, right? And I'm coaching sales. And I would teach all my different sales tactics. And as soon as I was done in my DMs, it'd be like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh my God, am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong on the sales call? What happened? I go listen to it. And so many high achieving women, wealthy women are coming to me, and they all whisper. Why do they whisper? They're like, Cynthia, I love how woo-woo you are. I love how you mix intuitive with practical. I'm like, right. Why are you whispering? Why is that a secret? Why is it like, oh, I can be intuitive in business. Oh, I can like study woo-woo and I can like enjoy this. Wait, like there's magical things about me. Yes. No wonder you're struggling. No wonder you're burning out. No wonder you're hating all the things that you're doing. Yeah, you're getting success, but it fucking sucks. You don't like it. And if you want to get to the next level, you don't even want to think about more work you have to do. Right? So here's where the next thing comes in. Like I said, this is important too. It's not just about what you do, it's who you are when you do it, right? But it's about consistently doing it. Now, I'm like you, and I'm glad you're here. Don't get that the wrong way. The thing is, we all go to a lot of these like complimentary workshops where we're getting so much information. The thing is, though, nobody that hosts these ever wants you to just take information. Right? When you host these and you do these with you don't want people to just walk away with ahas and do nothing about it. You really want them to have transformation. How do you have transformation? It's up to you to do it consistently, because consistency and repetition is the key to success. Right? People ask me all the time, Cynthia, what is the secret sauce? Boom, that's it. Secret sauce equals consistency and repetition. So if you just tune in once in a while and ask why it's not working, well, that's why. It's consistently maintaining to your inner feminine beast frequency. And again, that's accountability. There's nothing more that I think is important than accountability. That's honestly in our containers why we push it so much. Every single day, my team checks on every one of my clients to make sure that they are being the highest version of themselves, that they're doing their discipline practices. Every single month now, we have calls to make sure that you are catching up on the work, that you are doing the work, that you're creating your vision and having your clarity and maintaining your frequency. Every single month, I jump in and watch you do the work. If you can't do it yourself, I would love to knock on your door and show up, but I'm there making sure that you do the work. That's how important it is to consistently do things, to maintain the frequency. So just want to say, if you're in agreement with me that we're totally shifting from just masculine to more of this feminine beast, I'm going to take a water sip, and I'd love to make sure you're awake. Let me see the hashtag inner feminine beast. Let's do hashtag IFB. I know that's a little bit easier for you. Right? Everyone's like, how do you spell feminine again? I remember when I first started that, I was like, feminine. Raven's giving me a hell yeah. Hashtag IFB. Hi, Veronica, Rebecca, totally shifting. Yes. Hashtag IFB. I love it. Crystal, I'm glad that you're here. Glad to know that this is resonating with you. That's so important to me. Renee, Miss Carlene. All right. So step number 1, again, is to get comfortable in your body. Step number 2, here we go. Ready? Step number 2. This is honestly, once I figured that out, I was like, something's still missing. This is the next thing that God led me to. Step number 2 is receiving support of the universe. So 1 is getting comfortable in your body. 2 is receiving support of the universe. So yeah, Cynthia, can we elaborate on this one? I'd be happy to. Let's talk about this, all right? What does that mean? All right. Just so you know, it's totally a label. Everybody's different. I remember when I first started, because I'm a metaphysical woman, I went to the College of Metaphysical Studies. I have worked with every intuitive practitioner, Reiki master, legit magi, y'all, which means magician, because I want to just learn as much as I possibly can. In the very beginning, I used to say universe all the time, the universe, the universe, the universe. And that's totally cool. It's not wrong. I just feel like I started doing that to kind of please more of the masses, or that's what was expected of me because that's the school I went to. But I realized after doing this enough, what really resonated with me is I like to say God. So whether you say God or whether you say universe, to me, that's a really in-depth conversation, but I believe the universe is actually God's mind, but we'll get into this another time. So either or, I'm going to say God, but if you say source, if you say universe, go for it, right? You're the CEO of your life. But for me, I realized that as much as I do everything, if anybody can do it, it's me. I can manage all this. I can run that. I can run that birthday party. I can get the kids there on time. I can do that. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to do me until you get to a certain point. This is really important. The more successful you become, the more supported you need to be. And we all know what that means in the physical. Well, yeah, I need a team. I need to delegate some stuff. I need some help up in here. Okay. Thank God for you, Karina. I love you. Oh, hey. Everybody say hi to Karina. She's the best. But the thing is, this also, remember, as above, so below, which means so below, as above. You understand how things work in the spiritual world? Look how they work in the physical. Well, do you understand how they work in the physical? That's how they work above. So if here I can't get bigger without delegating, having more help, well, then if I want to be better in my spiritual way, I need help up here. I need support. And whether you feel that it's your guides, whether you feel it's your angels, whether you feel that it's your ancestors, whether you feel that it's God or universe, okay, there's something bigger than you. And most of you know that if you wouldn't be in this room if you didn't feel that way, because I make that very clear. That's what I'm about. But here's the thing. You guys remember this? Oh, look, I have it here. I have so many books up here. Does everybody remember this? I guarantee. If not, make this your homework assignment. Who's read this book before? The Secret. Who's watched the movie or read it? Who here, out of curiosity, was this your first law of attraction book? The first one? I read this when I was 20 years old. And I remember being like, what? No way. That's how I was feeling. But now I get it. Okay. The Secret is one of the very first books that ever came out. And it's by a woman named Rhonda Byrne that really talks about the law of attraction and manifestation. And so she has a very popular saying in here. Her formula for manifesting is, we all know it, ready? Ask, believe, receive. Very good. Except I feel like there's definitely some components that are missing. All right. She's saying once you ask and you really believe, you will receive. I say things a little bit differently because I don't give a crap about believing. I think believing, what is believing? A belief is just a thought that you think over and over again. Almost all of our beliefs aren't even true. A lot of the things that we believe are just things that we've adopted and absorbed as true in our subconscious because we've heard them over and over and over again. But they're literally just stories that we tell ourselves. And almost all of them make problems into problems that aren't even problems. If you can't prove in the court of law that this belief is 100% factually true, then it's not. Exactly. You guys know where I'm going. So I say, throw away believing. That's not helping me. That's like, I hope you feel better. Don't say that to somebody you want to feel better, because hoping is like positively doubting. It's a nice way to say there's some doubt that you might not get better. So I hope you do. No, when someone is sick, I see you whole. I see you complete. I see you as divinely perfect. That's what I say to people. Am I weird? I don't care. It works a lot better for you. Trust me. All right. So don't hope. Don't hope for the things you want. You own it. You claim it. You say it is, then so it is. So we're not saying ask, believe, receive. I say the formula actually is ask, know, make room, receive. Ask, know, make room, receive. This is hard, but this is something that will shake your life. And this is something that made everything different for me. When I started having $70,000 cash months, we were doing great. I mean, for our first year ever, $20,000, $30,000 months. I was like, woo, this is great. I'm helping. But when I really, really, really shifted and started having way bigger, and again, we're talking cash. Okay. I like to not confuse people. I'm not talking about recurring future secured income, because you can't ever count your eggs before they hatch. Okay. We're talking about money in the bank right now. Cash is queen. What happened is this. I had this internal conversation that I'm going to share with you. Who here believes that they are supported by a higher power? Okay. Who here believes that they are supported entirely, unconditionally by a higher power? Right. Okay, again, Wait, Cynthia, you don't like that word believe. Okay, good. You're right. Right. Let's get rid of believe. That's too soft. That's too easy. Okay. That's kind of like, shh, that's what that sounds like to me. Shh. Let's really tune in and tap in. Okay. Let's do this. Who here knows that they are supported by God? Do you know? I know. I know. I love it. I know. Yes. Yes. Me. I do. Yes. I do. I know I am supported by God. I believe and know. Yeah. No believing. That's trying. We don't try around here. We don't dabble. We don't figure out. We know. We own it. We claim. I know that I am supported by God. I know that I am the child of God. Therefore, I know that I am divine. I know, therefore, that I am supported mentally, spiritually, financially, energetically, entirely, and unconditionally in everything I fucking do all day, every day, because nothing's happening to me. Everything's happening for me, by me. God will never give me anything that I cannot handle. And I don't have to dabble or try because I don't have to do anything. I get to live this life. This is a privilege. I will not waste my life. And I always keeping it in. A lot of you know though, but I'm somebody who has lost her daddy. And I'm not gonna do this time. I got it. I don't have to apologize anyway. It's just I don't want to mess up my makeup. Okay. My father, somebody's passed away, and I remember just asking him, "Are you afraid to die?" And he said, "No, I'm not." But he always said, "I'm afraid I didn't do enough and help enough people while I was here." And he looked at me. It's like he knew. I didn't know he was dying, just, we thought he had years. Okay. It's like he knew it was his last conversation with me, but he held me, and he actually apologized. When I started meditating and stuff, my family thought I was like joining a cult or something. Like I was going to shave my head. Like this is some weird thing, right? Okay. Everybody's doing the best they can at the conscious level they're at. All right. But regardless, he apologized. And he said, "I had no idea and how much you've helped me and how much you're helping our family through this process." And he goes, "Cynthia, you are going to change the lives of thousands of people." And I told him I would. But I also said to myself that the way he feels right now, which I know is not true, he's done so much. I said that will never be my story. That will never be my story. I will always look back on the day I die, knowing I did the thing, knowing that I am supported by God. So I love the chat. I love the head nodding. I love the yes, I know. But here's the thing. This is what's really important. You must every single day own that. You have to claim that. Every single day, you have to remind yourself that you know you are supported. When it gets scary, when it gets, you start doubting yourself, here's the thing. If you are a woman that doubts, do you really know? Do you really know? Do you downplay the results? How many times have you done this? And I know we've all done this. Ready? Well, about to do this really big presentation, about to do this really big launch. And, if nobody signs up, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. You just made a problem into a problem that's not even a problem. You literally just said, well, I doubt it's going to happen. So you don't know. You don't know. If you are really understand that you are supported, you also know that if you don't quit, you won't fail. Because look, here's the thing. If you say things to yourself like that, you're dabbling, you're trying. And at the same time, you are playing to not lose. I don't know about you, but I don't play to not lose. I play to win. I play to win. You can't play your life on defense. You just can't. Think about it. If life is a game, you cannot ever win if you're just playing defense. Because look at another sport. Look at baseball, right? If you're playing baseball, you can be in the defense and you can ball and catch all the home runs that were going to be home runs and stop. You can stop other people from winning if you play defense only. But if you want to win, you got to get up and pick up the bat. You have to play offense. Yeah, but Cynthia, what happens if I strike out? So what? You get back up. Cynthia, what if I slide in and I get a bloody knee? Well, hello. There's literally people running marathons who don't have legs. Okay. What is your excuse, right? It's like, we get to do this. The only way you win anything is on offense, not defense. So you cannot play to not lose. You have to play to win. How are you approaching every day? And to somebody who says, well, if it doesn't work out, it'll be okay. That's doubting. Do you know? Do you do things every single day to remind yourself that you know, and that you tune in consistently and frequently as the highest version of you now, to attune into the abundance of wealth, avalanches of wealth? Own it, claim it. This is where I get all weird with it, because who knew sex ed was going to be part of today's talk? But like, this is what comes to me, and sometimes I go rogue. Ready? Think about this. We all know how we got here, right? Our mommy and our daddy. Well, the thing is, how many, like, it's kind of weird to think about, but sorry, I'm going there, but like, think about how many sperm a male has, right? Think about how many eggs a woman has. Literally, one sperm, one egg, we're talking millions, by the way, if you didn't realize this, one of them makes you. That means you're a freaking miracle. But where it gets even weirder and crazier is like, when you think about it, think about all the relationships and all the people that ever had to meet to make the man that made you. And all the relationships and all the people that had to meet for generations to make the woman that made you. Like, do you understand you're not a coincidence? Do you know that you are a miracle? Do you know that you're the child of God? Right? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And what is the difference? The difference is a choice. It's a decision. It's remembering your truth and plugging into that frequency, and not listening to all the bullshit lies that you've conditioned to believe. Who cares about believing? Do you know? Because the thing is, that highest version of you, she exists right now. Do you know what also exists? Who you are being right now. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What's the difference? So this is where you ask, you know. So when you know, it's like, maybe it'll come. I hope it will. How long is it going to be? You just know. You know. You make room, and that's how you receive. So step one, you get comfortable in your body. Step two, you have to know that you're supported and receive the support of the divine, of God. You got to do the thing, right? You have to do the thing. People say all the time, Cynthia, I would do anything for success, but I won't do that. I'm like, what the, Cynthia, I'm ready to work with you. I'm here. I'm tuned in. We're going to be together for 12 months and I'm going to change my life. I'm so excited. You're the person that's going to get me there. No, I'm going to help you to be the person that gets you there. But yeah, we're going to do this. Let's do it. All right. What do you want to do? Okay, great. That's what you're going to do. So this is the thing you got to do. Okay. What else can I do? No, wait, I thought you said you were here and you're going to do anything to get to be where you want to be. Oh yeah, I am. I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm invested. I'm ready. Okay, great. So this is the thing. No, Cynthia, I don't think you understand. I don't want to do that thing. That is the thing you must do to get to where you want to be. But I don't want, okay, that's fine. You're the CEO of your life. It's your choice. It's your decision. But you have to, if you're ever going to get to where you want to be, you have to go to somewhere you haven't gone. Who are you? Who do you want to be? It's this space in between that you're going to have to confront. You're going to have to enter. You have to go into the unknown, right? This is where you have to go to get here. And it's not how. What's so funny is every time I've had these huge miracles happen in my life, I never knew how I was going to do it. And then once I did it, I look back and I'm like, how did I do that? But I did it. You don't understand this. All you need to know is that you need to show up as the highest version of you now. Act like her. How does she act? Well, tell me, how does she invest? How does she spend? How does she dress? How does she speak? How does she handle confrontation? She doesn't. She has courageous conversations, not confrontations. She's somebody who is the best version now. It's a choice, it's a decision. And every time you show up like her, you go first, universe responds. You want to have a drastic change, you have to be the drastic change. You have to start shifting the channel and tuning into her. Think about it. What is the end result? Be her now. That is your inner feminine beast. You own it. You claim it, and you hold yourself accountable or have somebody hold you accountable to make sure that you stay there as frequently as possible. That's what we're doing. So you got to do the thing that scares you usually. Is it scary? No, it's exciting. When you learn to do this, anything is possible. I think of my dear VIP client. Let's think of Jen Stoney. Anybody know Jen Stoney? Helping women to live an unapologetic life. Fucking love that girl. She literally, once she learned how to tune into this frequency, she, in a month, 1 month, is now doing over 300 times. Do you understand that? 300%. Sorry, that should say not times, percent. 300% what she did all of last year in just a month of working with me. And it's not me doing anything. It's helping her to stay on that frequency, learn to tune and tap into it and remain there consistently. That is what happens. This is the abundance we're talking about. These are the avalanches of all things good. So I want to remind, before we get into step 3, these are the things that I would say to myself on your worksheets. Where are my worksheets? I am supported by God. Fully supported. I am supported financially by God. How would you act differently when it comes to money if you know you're supported? I have all the faith that I am supported financially. I have no doubt that multiple streams of income are aligning with me. No doubt. We've all experienced, whether it was our own relationships or somebody else's. You ever seen somebody in a relationship and they're like, honey, where are you going? When are you coming home? Are you going to come home? Is he going to be home? Oh my God, are you coming home? Is he going to be home? We gotta, like, it's like that relationship usually doesn't last very long or go very well, right? Remember, you have a relationship with money. How do you sound to money? Are you seducing money? Are you being seductive and sexy to money? Does money want to be in a relationship with you? When you're like, where are you going to be here? Are you coming? You come, but you're never enough. Like, oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Like, doesn't want to be with you. It doesn't work that way. I have all the faith that I am supported financially. Here's one of my favorite ones, right? I don't mind. I want to share it with you. I am liquid gold laced with grace. You attract what you are. I remember how divine, how wealthy I am always when I decide to be. If I decide to be, I say it is, and so it is. Why? Because I'm a woman of my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I do something. So if I say that this is how it's going to be, by law, that's how it's going to be. I own it. I claim it. I don't dabble or try. I'm a magical woman, a child of the divine. I'm an alchemist. Everything I touch changes to gold. Think about all the money there is out there. You never sit there and go on the beach and be like, there's just not enough sand out here today. That ocean is just looking like there's not enough water. Not enough oxygen out here. Why do you do that with money? Money is energy. It's the same thing. Nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. You don't have to create it. You have to align with it, tune into the frequency of it. So here's the thing. When you are aligned with your inner feminine beast, you show up like her now, and you really act, feel, and think like the multimillionaire. Okay, some of us are like, Cynthia, really? I want that B, that blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's women out there who say that. All right, so either way, you act and feel as the multimillionaire version of you now. That's how you bring it in. That's scary. I don't know what that would be like. Well, give yourself permission to play with imagination. Give yourself permission to play with curiosity, which means you're here in the mental. And once you locked into what it feels like, you bring it in and you start taking aligned action right now to get that result. So think about this soul prompt. Ready? First thing that comes to you, which means you don't second guess, you don't question. Boom, first thing. As my inner feminine beast, I invest. How does she do it? You can put in the chatty chat too. I want to see your answers. First thing that came to your mind. In people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about I invest bravely? I invest confidently. I invest wholeheartedly because I know that what I do matters and I expect a return. I ask for guidance. I expect guidance. I trust in that guidance. And most importantly, I act upon the guidance I receive. Right? So I invest this way. How about spending? When I am in tune with my inner feminine beast, I spend freely, daily, intentionally, happily, in celebration of my success, knowing that when I spend, others are receiving. You think about that? When you spend, someone else is receiving. So when other people spend, don't you want them to celebrate that they're giving to you? What goes out will come back in. That's the law of rhythm. My inner feminine beast, as her, I freely give. Soul prompt. I see some thinking. I see some pen chewing. What's the first thing? Boom. And if you don't know, that's okay. It just means we need to pivot. We need to shift. We need to open up that funnel so it comes and flows to you. I freely give daily anything and everything to anyone, anywhere with my standards and boundaries, as long as it goes along with that, because I know I'm supported. Yeah, I give happiness. I give love. Again, this is wealth. It's all things. I receive as my inner feminine beast. I receive openly, vulnerably, happily, because I'm worthy. I choose to see. I choose because it's my choice. I'm the CEO of my life. I choose to see what? Abundance. I choose to see possibilities. I choose to see opportunities, potentiality, and magic in everything because I'm awake, because I'm aware, because I'm not just having things happen to me. I'm understanding who I am and my power and my divinity, and that nothing's happening to me. It's all for me, by me. This is all miracles. This is all my creation of my reality. This is what I have chosen to align with. So here's the thing. When it comes to step 3, it's all about really making that room. Making room. Step 1, getting comfortable in your body. Step 2, we said it was all about receiving support of the universe. Step 3 is making the room, really making the room. So look, I believe in the power of proximity. I purposely put myself around very successful people who are living the life that I want to live. And guess what? I watch, I observe. One of the things that I've noticed working with 8-figure women, do you guys understand 8 figures means it's minimum $10 million in their companies? Like, whoa. What I've noticed is that all successful people, all of them, and you listen to the Spiritual Success podcast where I interview these people, and every single time I say, what's the thing? They all say, I make quick decisions. Number 1, they make quick decisions because they realize if it goes wrong, it's not that big of a deal. They failed so many times, they just keep going because moving is more important. When you dabble, when you try, the universe is like, slow the roll. All these things that are waiting to point to the physical, we got to now re-sift through. We got to figure out if it's going to come through. We're going in the mental, got stuck in the mental. It's not coming to the physical. They realize if they do not quit, they will not fail. So they keep going. And they got really good at making decisions because all they say is, which one aligns with the result that I'm looking for? That's the decision I'm going to go for. They realize if they're sitting on a fence, the answer is yes or no. They pick the one that aligns with the result and they pick it quickly because when you sit on the fence too long, your hiney starts to hurt. Nobody wants a sore hiney. So they go quick. The other thing that successful women do, I realize, is that they make room. They make room. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. All right. So going back to Rhonda Byrne, not in this one, I don't think. I think it's in one of her other ones, and I have all of them. She talks about how when she first started, she literally had $0. Wow, nothing. Like, okay, 500 was the number. She had $500 in her bank account, and that was it. She went to the ATM. She got up all $500. And does anybody remember what she does? She goes skipping down the sidewalk and hands out that $500 to strangers. Some people are like, is this bitch crazy? What is it? What? No, she's a woman who knows. She knows. She understands universal laws, and she trusts in herself. She trusts in the ways of the universe. She trusts in God. And she understands that if you give, you will receive. It is not a coincidence that you've probably done it. You made a big investment, all of a sudden 3 clients come in, right? That happens all the time in our world. It's like, I did the thing. Oh my God, all this happened. Of course, you went first. Everybody responds. She knows when you give, especially when you give all you got, you receive so much more. She knows. So she tested that and she did it, right? But here's something else that's interesting. Again, through power proximity, I have girlfriends who several of you probably know that are literally having like $1 million months, right? Like months, like what? Like if not more. And I'll talk to them and I'm just like, well, what are some things that you do before you do something scary or like have a big launch or something? And some of them will say, oh, I go on a shopping spree. Like a shopping spree, that's your technique. It's not like prepping the strategies and the emails. And like, no, I go on a shopping spree. I'm like, that seems kind of materialistic. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm worthy and deserving. And the thing is, I know that when I put into myself trust and not doubt, and I actually go and spend, showing that I'm very confident that more is going to come in, it tenfolds. It always works that way. And I'm like, really interesting. Success leaves clues. And so people ask me, what happened when you started going like this and all of a sudden started having exponential takeoff? This compound effect, like what freaking happened? What was the difference maker? Here's the thing. This is what I did. And this is what it took to become her. I was so close, but I was going in and out of the frequency. I wasn't just staying all the time. What did I do? I chose to do this without fear. Here's the thing. I know that I am not a gamble. My faith is not a gamble. My relationship with God is not a gamble. I'm a studied woman. And I know the laws of the universe. I trust the universe. I trust myself. I'm a woman who knows. And I can think that all I want. I can talk that all I want. But guess what the next step is? I made room. And I walked the walk, not just talked the talk. So what did I do? I went and I invested in the coach. The one that my higher self does and has. And I'm very open, just so you know, I share everything. My one coach, and I have multiple coaches, is $50,000. Wait, so this is your first year of your business? Yeah, because I'm not acting like it's the first year of my business. And that's why I have results like it's not the first year of my business, because I'm acting like the end result now. I have one coach that's $50,000. I actually just got a new one 2 weeks ago, painful, for $11,000. We're working together for 2 months. I have marketing coach, like all the things. I have coaches for my teams, right? So I invested in the coach. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it now, but I still don't care because it's like my favorite thing ever. Raven, if you're here, you know what I mean, right, girl? I bought the car. The Maserati. I bought it. All right. I bought it. I got the house, this house, the one with my shelving in it, with all my books in my beautiful office where it's my space and there's flowers over here, my goddess chair over there, one where I have beautiful bunk beds for my kids. And not just that, I bought all the furniture. Every single piece of furniture in this house is brand freaking new. I bought it. I bought the handbags. I bought the vacations. And here's the thing. This is the important part. I felt fucking awesome about it. In no way whatsoever am I recommending for you to go spend money you did not have, okay? That's not what I am saying. And you can say, wow, Cynthia sounds really materialistic. No, that's not what it is. I just said, if I know all this, and I know that what goes out is what comes in, if I know that I have to be in the end now, the more I say yes to my desires, the more my desires say yes to me. The more that I act like her, show up like her, invest like her, spend like her, whoa, boom, a $70,000 a month. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, everybody who used to say no to me started saying yes. Sure, yeah, of course. Wait, I'm not even launching right now. Like, you want to sign? You want to sign? Yeah, you can sign up. Sure, yeah. All these high level, okay, literally 3 in a row, multi 7-figure women came up to me and were like, hey, can you work with me? Can you? And I'm like, uh-huh. And I'm like, this is going to be $50,000. And they're like, oh, I'm so happy I got you at your beta pricing. I'm like, okay. What? Good to know. Good to know. What? Why is this happening? Is this a coincidence? Is this all just happening to me? No, it's happening for me, by me, because I'm a woman who knows. I went first. The universe responds. But Cynthia, that's scary. Out of your mind. I know. But you don't wait till you're confident to do the thing. You do the thing and then realize, damn it, it works. Almost everybody that is really, really successful has once been at the very bottom. There's a reason for that. You just keep going. They have what they realize when you're at the very bottom, you realize you have nothing more to lose. You start doing some really outrageous things, but they work. It's when we get in our comfort zone that we're like, oh, I'm not going to lose this. Not going to. You have to keep moving. If you're not growing, what happens? You become stagnant. When things become stagnant, what happens? They become toxic. When something becomes toxic, what happens? It dies. Your energy, your spirit, your dreams, they die. And physically, we die too. It's getting out of the comfort zone. The best part is what happened was when I started having this really big growth, all my clients started to also. So when I started talking about the 300% growth, when I started talking about the 6-figure cash days, when we talk about Kimberly, who started going from, like I said, 260 to over 370, like is all at the same time. But of course, what happens is, and I really believe this, when you work with a mentor and you invest with money, when you invest with money, what it is, it's the energy of commitment. That's what that is. It's saying, I'm committed. And ladies, that's why pricing is your positioning, right? Because you don't want to just attract anybody. It's like, whatever, that's going to collect virtual dust. You want people who show up, who are committed. Why do you want people to commit? Because one, that's where your testimonials come from. That's where your referrals come from. But that's also why you're doing this, to get them the results. People who are committed get results. And so the thing is, all of a sudden, everybody who was really committed, they started doing it with me. Because when you give in the energy of commitment, what happens is you now have access to the power of the person that you're investing in. I know when I invest in my mentors, all of a sudden things shift and I see things so differently. Whatever their gift is to the world, I automatically start inheriting. It starts rubbing off on me and it starts really just like developing. We're all connected. We're all one, but it's your energy and your commitment, which is in form of energy of money. That is the energy of commitment that allows you to access and plug into that power. That's how you start taking of that. Oh my God. Yes, says Crystal. That's really what it is. So again, nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. I 100% believe that means for you, and it means for me, that we don't have to create our future clients. Because this is what people forget. This is important, right? When you get money, are you literally walking around with a vacuum like, you're not like sucking money out of the sky, right? Where does money come from? Where does money come from? From people. So if you want to attract money, what you really have to do is attract people in their power who are willing and committed to investing. How do you do that? You have to show up in your power. You show up in your power to attract people in their power. Because you're not attracting money, you're attracting the people who have money, who are ready to commit. And you show up in your value, you show up in the way to serve, and you have an intention that it's not about you. It's so much bigger than that. It's about creating a ripple effect that leaves a legacy. So here's the thing, none of your clients have to be created. None of my clients have to be created. I believe I came here to this planet with a soul contract with every woman I've ever worked with and ever will work with. They're going to get me 100%. They're going to get me fully. But the thing is, how it works is they're all just out there, right? They're waiting to find you. They're looking for you. And what you have to do is remain and have the frequency, because you are a being of light. You're a pillar of light. It's like you are a lighthouse and you have this huge light that when you put it and cast it out there, it calls in all the ships. You're not pitching to them. You don't have to pitch to anybody, okay? We don't pitch. We're not here to convince people. We're here to convey our message and attract people to us, magnetize them to us. And so you do that by maintaining the frequency of your light. But guess what? If you doubt, if you don't know, if you start dabbling or trying, what happens? Your light just fades. Do the ships disappear? No, they're still out there. They just don't know how to find you. So you have to remain in the frequency. So I'm never worried, will I get a client? All I'm worried about is, am I showing up as me? Am I giving fully? Am I showing up as the highest version? Because I know I'm supported, and God is my business partner, is going to send those who really want to have a difference. The woman who is really ready to get it done and to see it through, she will find me. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit, because this is my purpose. And I made a promise to God that I would help as many women when I am here. Because again, I'm not going to be on the last day of my death, on my deathbed saying, did I do it? I'm doing it. And I will continue to do it. And so you have to remind yourself, are you acting like this every day? So there's things that you can do to do things every day. One of the things is visualization. And I want to wrap up here to show you some of the things that you can do. Remember, visualizing is important. It's working on the mindset. It's seeing it here so you have clarity on how to bring it here. Once you see it here, though, you have to have the courage to take the action of what you're seeing here now to bring it into the physical. So what is important is that you always see the end result. Your inner feminine beast is the highest version of you. She's the end result. Get clear. What is the lifestyle she lives? How much income is she achieving? What is she doing every day? What does she wear? How does she vacation? How does she do these things? How does she live life? How does she serve? How does she talk to people? How does she, have love for people? How is she compassionate? How all these things, like, think about it, really connect with her, know her, and then ask yourself, who are you? Who is she? What's the difference? The difference is everything that she's doing that you're not. Do it now. But I did it once or twice. Great. You tuned in. They went back to static. You have to remain there frequently. So you got to play in the fourth dimension and then bring it here into the third. I use a monthly vision board. In fact, I check on all of my clients' monthly vision board. So I make sure I see what the vision for them and I hold that space for them. Because now if I see it in my mind's eye, we got two people holding it, it's multiplying. There's this thing I was just talking about the other day, I think. Where did I put it? Oh, Elena Cardone. I love her husband, Grant. Okay. But Elena, she has in her book, The Empire, that one Clydesdale can pull, what was it? I think it was 800 pounds. That's what it was, right? Might be against right. We'll do some, I got the idea though. One can pull 800 pounds. Two Clydesdale though, they can pull 1,800, which means an extra 2,000 pounds when two of them comes miraculously appears. So when you have a container of people holding the space for you, seeing your vision and having clarity behind that, it builds momentum. That's why even when I work with clients in one-on-one, I make sure they come to the group programs so that they can be in a container of women that are supporting them, inspiring them, uplifting them. And I see your vision. So your monthly vision board, if you don't have clarity in what you want, no wonder you don't have what it is here. You're getting it. It's a bunch of, I don't know. You need to have clarity. So that monthly vision board is absolutely key to make sure that you're doing that. I also like to visualize money as energy. This is something that I do all the time. I celebrate money going out. I sell money coming in. All money is good money. I am that woman. I kid you not. I did it yesterday when I was out with Tara and I was cracking up. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, trust me. It's funny. I used to find pennies all the time. Do I think it's coincidence that all of a sudden I'm finding dimes everywhere? They're dimes. We're up leveling, right? I'm that lady in a parking lot walking to the Publix and I'm like, oh, got it. Thank you, universe. Give me more, right? Because God doesn't know small or big. That's ego. It just says, oh, she likes this. Give her more of that. Great. So I celebrate dimes, which are, in my opinion, even better than pennies. So I look at money and remind myself that it's energy, not just a physical thing. How do I do that? I make it a certain way. Ready? Money to me, when I see it, whether it's going out or going in, I celebrate both of it. It's always rose gold. I am a rose gold queen. Like everything's rose gold. When I get a gift, it's always rose gold. I love rose gold. So to me, it looks like almost like champagne, like rosé champagne, where it's sparkling and bubbly. And it's like this everlasting blob of like amazing pinkness, right? And it smells like Gucci perfume. That's what I'm wearing right now. It's my favorite smell. That's what money smells like to me. And it feels like a crisp autumn morning because that's the best. I live in Florida, but you can't beat that up north when it's just like, whew. Every time I see money or think of money or use money, which is usually just a plastic card, I think of the energy going out and the energy coming in. And I constantly put that energy around me so that you are what you attract. You have to visualize and remind yourself consistently that money is energy, that money is a relationship. Does money want to be in a relationship with you? How do you treat money? I am grateful for all the money. You have to be grateful that I have now. All the money that I ever had, ever will have, and I have right now. Right here, right now, you are so safe. Right here, right now, you're so supported. Right here, right now is all you have control of. My old me doesn't even exist anymore. The future me, I'm excited for her, but she isn't here yet. I celebrate the life I have right now. And right now, even if you have, not at close where you want to be, or even if you're really happy where you're at, but you want more, you're good right now. You have to celebrate now. You give thanks to receive more to be thankful for. And it's visualizing that. It's having these talks and it's doing it consistently. Who here knows Jim Carrey? Okay, Jim Carrey is such a character, but I flip and love him. He's so out there. I would love to know who his teachers are, okay? He is a metaphysician and a half, all right? But he has this episode on Oprah. And again, I wanted to be conscious of our time here as we're wrapping up, but he has this video on Oprah where he's being interviewed. And he says, I remember when I was homeless. Interesting. He goes, I remember when I was homeless. I lived in a van and I used to drive to this really, posh area in California, and I would sit there and I would just picture my name in the lights, and I would picture myself, having one of these cars, and I would really picture myself doing the thing. He gave himself permission to play with imagination, permission to play with curiosity. I have so many friends. Again, I believe in power proximity. So I have a friend of mine he's 40 years old and he has 20 companies. Who helped me to get started in real estate. And he and I were shooting the shit and we're hanging out. And I was like, well, tell me, Mr. CEO, like, what is your schedule like? He says, every Friday, I don't work in my company. I work on my company. I said, what does that mean? He goes, I just sit there and I visualize and I think and I dream. And I'm like, what? He is not a woo-woo person at all, by the way. He doesn't realize he is. Of course he is. You have to be in order to have that amount of success. But he says, I visualize, and that's what the CEO does. The CEO, remember, of a business or of your life, you're the visionary. You're the shot caller. You have to see it before it ever can be here. Are you giving yourself time to see the big picture and look down at the maze, or are you constantly stuck in it? So what did I do when I started my company? Day one, I said, I'm not working Fridays. Well, not in my business, on my business. I gave myself permission to empty all this, because what happens when you put it on paper? You make room. Now more can come in. I got it down here on the physical. So I journal all the time. I dream all the time. And every Monday when I come in, Karina's like, oh God, what's it going to be this week? I'm like, guess what came through me? Guess what's coming through me? Coming to me and through me. Here's this thing and here's that thing. How many workshops, how many things have you seen? These are not just like, oh, what would like be? I'm like, this is literally bumping, embodying in me. That's what we're listening to here. This is literally my purpose. This is how I create that ripple effect. So what he then did was, Jim Carrey, he had a check like the one I provided for you, where he wrote down a date, and it was the week of Thanksgiving, 2 years from when he wrote the check. And he wrote it to himself for $10 million. And he said to himself, for acting services rendered, and he put the date on it. If you can take yourself there over and over and over and embody the thing that you're seeing, not let it scare you, but excite you, and take aligned action, knowing that you're supported. It was literally to that same week where he got paid for his first big movie. You ever hear of Dumb and Dumber? Ever hear that one? And guess for how much? $10 million. But of course, we've all heard that to the T, to the date. That's so crazy. It's not crazy. It's a hashtag, but of course, because I know. So these are things I wanted to stick with you. And again, these are the things that's like step 1, get comfortable in your body. Step 2, we love steps. Receive support of God. Step 3, make room. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, visualize. Got it. I want to, starve the doubt, feed the beast. What's the other thing she said? All these things, right? Here's where it comes. This is the point that's really important. It's not what you do, it's who you are. And if you're not frequently being her, consistently being her, and being accountable being her, it's never going to work. Remember, you're not a victim. Are you being accountable? And if not, that's where you're going to have to make that shift. It's commitment, it's consistency. And that is what I am truly known for. So that, ladies, is my presentation of aligning with the frequency of wealth. Did it rock? Did we like it? Was it good? Happy? Cool. You're still here. There's a lot of you. Yay. And this is my point. If you're somebody who knows that you've had all the information, you know that it's no more dabbling, it's no more trying, that you've tapped into her before, but you're ready for so much more of it, that's where I come into play. This is where my opportunity to invite you to come into our container is here and now. So many of you know I have my 12-month spiritual success experience. This is where I work with women to create their higher vision, to have clarity on that, and to learn how to hyperspeed the results by tuning in, consistently maintaining the frequency of your inner feminine beast. This is where, again, we were talking about money, but there's so many other things. It doesn't matter your profession. We have women who are teachers. We've had women who are speech therapists. We have women who are attorneys. We have women who are obviously entrepreneurs, lots of those, and executive corporate women. These are women who are saying yes to their success and are taking the steps into the unknown to live a life that they've always wanted to live. My key purpose is to help you no longer dabble or try. If you're ready to master, that's what I'm about, all about mastering. Mastering your mindset, mastering your meditation, mastering metaphysics, and of course, manifestation. That includes money, that includes health and wellness, and that includes loving relationships and relationships with your clients too. Of course, throughout all this, I sprinkle in quite a bit of sales, and I know many of you are entrepreneurs, so I know you know what it means in business, so I teach you on how to put the spiritual side to all of that so you get the biggest return. This is what that program is about. So in the next few days, you're going to see a bunch of testimonials. Go check it out. There's certain thing in particular you're looking for. There's about 60 different clients that are going to talk to you about what they came in as and what they left, what it was like changing that frequency and tuning in. And so I want to make sure that you realize we're here. We have open arms. I am more than happy for anybody who's like, okay, this is speaking to me. I'm really considering this, to have a phone call with anybody that's, really interested in considering it. I just know this is the way I make my impact. We're here with open arms and we're ready to support you. So as far as details of everything, I want to make sure you understand what is all included. And then of course, if you have questions, Karina's here to answer everything. She's going to put in our page. She's already did it because she's awesome. If you want to go check that out. But how this works is it's 12 months. I do that on purpose. This is 10 years of my education. I do not believe in silver bullets. It's great if you can tune into her once or twice, but you have to remain there. You have to unlearn so many things that you've been taught and been conditioned, and you have to learn how to rewrite your life. You're the director of this life. You write the script. I want to show you how to write the script and hire the actors and fire the actors and create this whole entire new station where you can tune in and tap in. So what happens is when we're mastering, we're not only going to be meeting every single week on Zoom, just like this, every single week. You also are going to have our community. See, the thing is, when I first created the community, I really thought I was hoping people would like each other and enjoy each other. I had no idea that people were going to be the family that they were. I have women in the UK, which I'm going to next week, and we're having lunch in a castle together, which I'm really excited about. But these women are getting together on their own across the freaking ocean. And they're meeting and they're having coffee together. And I'm just like, what? Like, this is the world that we've created, this type of sisterhood where we inspire, we motivate, we up level, we hold each other there. When you say you want to be here, you can't slip, because that's not just me holding you and us teaching you to be self-accountable, but a whole team of ladies supporting you. So you have the community where every single day, this lovely Karina, she's going to be there checking on you. Are you being her now? Are you thinking like her now? Are you meditating and doing your discipline? Because of course, I'm going to teach you the meditation that I use for manifestation. Every single day, she's there checking on you. Does that mean Christmas? Yes, it does. Does that mean Easter, Halloween? You know it. Renee's like, yeah, she's there. And what now we're doing, because how accountability is so important, is every single month you're having a call with my team as well. Are you doing the work? Let me see your vision board. Let me make sure that you're catching the replays. Because I always say it, you can do the work, right? Like you have to do the work. You can bring a thirsty horse to water, but you can't make a drink. I got mad refills, okay? Daily check-ins. Every single month, you're getting a phone call. Every single week, we're meeting. But at the same time, too, we get together as a group and community. And we do the work together. We shut down all the phones, all the things, and we hold each other accountable to the thing that we're going to get done today. It's that thing that you always have last on your to-do list. And very often it's your vision board to be ahead so that you know you're going to be having clarity for next month. We get together every single month, and I like to jump on those calls and lead those and do the work with you and show you what's possible when you learn to time block and you learn to hyper speed your results. You're going to come in being like, I only got one thing done, to literally in an hour learning how to do 100 things. This is how I go fast. I'm the queen of hyperspeeding. I'm the queen of collapsing time. I'm somebody, again, who can have, we're going to be a 7-figure company this year in our 2nd year. It's because of the discipline. It's learning to be disciplined and to tap in. So not just that, you have your membership portal. So anytime you miss anything, you're going to have the replay available for you. And yes, we're going to be making sure you catch that replay. That's all about that accountability. There are worksheets. If you noticed, I like worksheets, but the thing is, I actually really like worksheets. There's over 300 pages here that I personally hand wrote. That is 10 years of college education, I feel like, that we're going to be covering. I am there with you every single week. And like I said, everything we can think of to help you to be the highest version of you, to be your inner fountain beast, to align with the frequency of wealth, all things, money, health, relationships, physical fitness, and wellness. This is what spiritual success is. It's all areas. So this is my invitation. This is what I'm offering to you. This is for 12 months. This is the game changer. This is my baby. This is my purpose. So I know a lot of you are considering. Let us know if you are. And of course, I have bonuses for you and how this works. Okay. Anybody that ends up joining tonight, because again, I award quick decisions. It's very much not dipping your toe, but cannonballing in. I love a woman who cannonballs. All right. Splash me. Like, let's get crazy with it. Let's have fun. If you're like, hell yeah, I know I've been waiting for this. I've watched so many of these things. I'm done for the information. I'm ready for transformation. Like, this is my girl. When the student is ready, the teacher comes, like, I'm all in. I want to celebrate you. And what we're doing is anybody that signs up by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight is going to be getting a one-on-one session with me. That's valued at over $1,500. What I want to do in that session is really help you to identify who your inner feminine beast is. And all the steps that we talked about today, I want you to ask me your questions, but I'm going to help you to make those internal shifts so that when you're in the program, I can work and customize it with you so that you feel supported and know exactly what to do. All right. Just because when you come in here and it's a group program, it doesn't mean that we don't know you. Every single person that comes in fills out an in-depth questionnaire. I read every single one of that. We're checking in on you as an individual. We're sitting down with you as an individual. I'm learning your stories and I see who's live. I'm catering to who's live. Anytime you have questions, you ask them on the call. And if you can't make it, you put it into the Facebook group where we go every single day answering your questions, not just me, but all the other women in the community that want to support you. So anybody that joins again by 5 p.m. tonight is going to get a one-on-one session with me valued at over $1,500. So the investment for this program for the full 12 months is $9,590. This is for the whole entire year, 10 years of my education. You walking in as this woman, you leaving as her. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What's the difference? It's this program. It's this container. I really feel that. I'm very proud to say that. Again, don't take it from me. Take some time. Go look at all of the ladies and what they're saying about their experience. Now, if you are interested in doing a payment plan, we certainly have that available. The monthly payment is, of course, I had to make it an angel number, y'all. It's 888. So that's what it is for monthly payments if you'd like to come in. Now, you'll notice if you do the pay in full, it's over $1,000 savings. So that's really important to know. Go all in. That's what I like to reward. Now, the other thing is, so anybody that does the painful as well will get a one-on-one session as well too. Always remember that. So by 5 p.m. tonight, if you need support, if you're really considering, I'm here to help you. Reach out to Karina. I can have a chat with you. And here's the thing, I'm super honest. I promise you. I'm not here to convince anyone. All right. We're not here to pitch to you. We are here to help the woman who is ready to get it done, to see it through. I'm here to protect this container. The ladies in here are my life. I love the smile. Thank you so much, Renee. She's like, yes, I love you. You have to understand when you say yes, that your success becomes my success. Literally, your success is my reputation. You have to understand that. So if you come in here, you better be committed. You better, and if you're, just tell me that, but I'm gonna hold you to be accountable. This is not putting your stuff on me. Cynthia's gonna make it happen. No, that's not how this works. I'm teaching you self-integrity, self-responsibility, self-accountability. That's how you get dramatic change, because nothing outside of you, including me, is gonna be the source of your success. But I am a woman who has done it. I've mastered it, and I've taught it to so many different women. So if you're ready to stop dabbling, stop trying, and even if you know what I mean, you've gotten so far, but I feel like I don't know what's next. This is where I come and help you. This is where we break those barriers. This is where we set new standards. So one more time, 5 p.m. tonight, you'll get a one-on-one session with me. That's if you do payment plan or pay in full. That means I need water. What a long time, actually. Or you have the payment plan available the whole time. If you pay in full at any point, there's a one-on-one session with me as well. Here's the thing. We're kicking off our next signature program on Tuesday. Wait, this upcoming Tuesday? Yep, this Tuesday. I do that on purpose. I don't want you dabbling, and I want you trying. If you're on the fence, you have all the support in the world. We're here to tell you. We're here to have an honest conversation. It's a two-way chat. If it's not right, I will tell you. And I will give you resources and support you to make sure you're set up for success. If it's no brainer, I'm going to say, yes, let's do the thing, but be ready to do the thing. If you have that call with me, because that's what I'm here for, to shake you with love. And then we're kicking off Tuesday because I don't want you to dabble. I'm going to try. I'm ready to make quick decisions. So we have the link there. We want to make sure if you put questions in here, you come and hang out with us tomorrow. Any questions about the program, any questions about what we talked about today, any questions about what will be covered, you can see on the sales page that we have, there's a summary, a syllabus of everything that we cover in all 48 weeks. You can see all the different programs. Now, what happens too when you're a client in the program, you get access to all of our paid masterclasses. Now, this one was complimentary today because I decided to switch it up, but I host these all the time. Whatever comes to me and I feel like I need to do, I create it right then and there. We charge the public, but if you're in the program, you get access to all of them. That's valued at over $2,500 that you get in addition to your SSE, to your weekly calls, to your accountability check-ins, to your Interfund Abuse Accountability Power Hours every single month, to your daily check-ins, if I didn't already say that. And I came up with the thing that I feel is best. I've worked with every mentor you can think of. And I always thought, what can they do different? What do I like? What can I do different? Because what's missing? I filled the gap here. It's all taken care of. So thank you again. I really appreciate your time today. I absolutely had so much fun. I feel like this is my purpose. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm really here for the woman who is ready now. So thank you so much, Cassandra. Thank you for being your feedback. Thank you, ladies. Again, if you want to hang out with us tonight, we're going to be doing a replay session. We're going to be doing what's called the watch party. I'm going to be in there in the comments at 7 o'clock. And I'm also here right now. My schedule is clear to talk to any ladies who are really considering. So I'm here ready to support you. Ladies, thank you so much. I'm excited for those of you who are going to be joining us. If you know too, put in the chat. I want to celebrate you. And in the meantime, you say it with me. Ready? Acknowledge it. Embrace it. Most importantly, no matter what, please see it through. See it through. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.